On November 30th, 2020, CSX Transportation announced that it would be acquiring Guilford Transportation Industries, known today as Pan Am Railways. The merger process has taken well over a year now, and the breath-holding is finally over. On April 14th, 2022, the STB announced their approval of the acquisition and released a 75-page document outlining the conditions that would apply to the merger. These conditions range from operations on the old D&H main near Albany to Vermont gaining trackage rights south of Bellows Falls. Rather than outline each change, I have handpicked some that I thought were both important and interesting, as well as some of my own predictions for how the acquisition will affect New England railroading in the coming years. One important condition that I did not dedicate a video segment to is the discontinuation of SMS rail lines between Delancey and Voorheesville, New York, a change that I was not aware of until the merger document was released. So without further ado, let's dive in. Now before I get into the individual changes, I'd like to think about something for a minute. Why does CSX want Pan Am in the first place? CSX already has an arguably better route from upstate New York to the greater Boston area, but CSX says what they want is Maine? Let me explain. CSX believes that by acquiring Pan Am, even excluding Pan Am Southern, they will gain access to certain strategic markets in northern New England. Even before the war in Ukraine created the potential of changing the world's energy supplies and routing, CSX made it obvious that they wanted access to the port of St. John, New Brunswick. Prior to the Lac-Mégantic rail disaster that essentially ended oil trains through Maine, Pan Am and northern neighbor Montreal, Maine, and Atlantic handled multiple trains a month bound for the New Brunswick Southern. CSX may hope to recapture some or all of this traffic, especially as Lac-Mégantic will most likely not allow oil trains to pass through until the track is bypassed around the town. As seen in CP's acquisition of the Central Maine in Quebec, intermodal service to St. John is possible, although not nearly as lucrative as they may have hoped. CSX may try to jump on the St. John intermodal bandwagon as well, in addition to other intermodal services, which I'll explain next. In addition to the Port of St. John, CSX may hope to provide service to the Mechanicville Terminal in Portland. Pan Am currently operates intermodal terminals at Waterville, Maine and Ayer, Mass., with services between those points consisting of solely Poland Springs water. Without major spending, CSX could add intermodal services to St. John, Waterville, and Portland to Ayer or Worcester, connecting with trains bound for points west. The possibility of intermodal services in northern New England is certainly exciting, but northern Maine can't afford to have CSX treat Pan Am as CP treated CMQ. CP focused so hard on their new intermodal lane to St. John that it disregarded its carload and other existing specialty traffic until almost none was left. This resulted in much of the traffic being routed via the Pan Am, a positive for the railroad's dying main line between Bangor and Waterville. However, if CSX disregards this traffic as CP did, a critical link in the rail network will be shattered. Another smaller aspect of the merger will allow CSX to run coal trains directly to the Bow, New Hampshire generating station. Although these moves are increasingly rare, it will simplify and speed up the process, assuming CSX actually has the crews to move it. Now let's talk about the Pan Am Southern. CSX claims they will not divert Rotterdam Junction interchange traffic to their own route. Pan Am currently uses this interchange to receive traffic bound for the Battenkill, Vermont Railway, and G&W-owned railroads. However, if CSX does divert this traffic, the Rotterdam branch will be abandoned, making scenes like this one a thing of the past. Norfolk Southern will continue to operate manifest traffic through the Hoosick Tunnel route, but intermodal trains 22K and 23K will use the CSX between CPVO in Voorheesville and Ayer, Mass. This will allow double-stack containers, which are currently not possible past Mechanicville. NS will either switch to an alternating Ayer and Mechanicville schedule or introduce trains 205 and 206, which were Mechanicville-only intermodal trains that ran until 2020, when they were cut back to Buffalo. CSX promises to improve Amtrak Downeaster service and keep Amtrak trains running on time. As part of Amtrak's demands for the merger, CSX will also accommodate seasonal Berkshire Flyer trains from Albany to Pittsfield. While not related to the merger by way of rail, this is Amtrak's opportunity to get some of their wishes met while CSX is hoping to please them. Amtrak, along with the MBTA, wishes to expand service in Western Mass, but this is not planned immediately. Now let's take a look at some of the Pan Am trains I've caught over the last few years on my trips to Maine as well as some in upstate New York. Here we see train Sappy-3 rolling towards Fairfield, Maine on the Hinckley branch. This line, which serves the Sappy Mill in Hinckley, is one of the worst maintained sections on the system. As seen earlier, Pan Am EDRJ is seen crawling towards Rotterdam Junction on the Rotterdam branch. With air-bound grain trains using the B&A, the only traffic remaining on this branch is manifests such as these. The 4 units on this train would lead a grain train back east, one of the last to run over District 3. Norfolk Southern 22K is seen at CPF 477, barreling towards Mechanicville on the CP Freight Main. CPF 477 is where the Rotterdam branch splits from the CP, and is the confluence of all east-west traffic coming to and from Pan Am District 3. Tri-weekly symbol POED roars past the Wells, Maine Amtrak station under the cover of darkness. CSX will most likely abolish this train in favor of adding the traffic to a single freight heading for Ayer, Mass., which will then be set off to continue to East Deerfield. Pan Am Southern 16R rolls into East Deerfield Yard to make a pickup for Gardner, Mass. In the background, EDBF is seen preparing to make up their train. One condition of the merger will give Vermont Railway conditional trackage rights to East Deerfield, but only when CSX fails to deliver freight to Bellows Falls. With the acquisition to take effect sometime in May, I highly encourage all of you to get trackside for Pan Am's final days. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned.